Hi, this is Mayur Bardolia, a success coach, author, and facilitator from North Star Angel Coaching and Spiritual Solutions. I feel blessed and fortunate to share tools, ideas, and insights that can positively impact your life. Welcome to the video. Procrastination is not about time, it quietly drains your energy and confidence. In this video, I want to show you why delaying small things feels heavier than doing them, and how a simple shift can bring back ease and self-trust. And by the end of this video, you will learn some practical lessons you can use today. Let me explain this in order, because this is how it actually happens. Most people think procrastination means laziness. That is not what is happening. What is really happening is much quieter. It's happening at a subconscious level. First comes delay. You decide to do something that is required to do. Make a phone call and do the important conversation, sending an email, starting a task. But then you postpone it, not because it is hard, just because you will do it later. At this stage, it feels harmless. But every time you delay something that matters, an important or required action, a part of you notices. You might think, no, nothing is happening. You may not think it consciously, but your system keeps this note. Then comes the energy leak. The moment you delay, a small part of your attention stays stuck in that unfinished task. Again, you may not think about it consciously, but your system remembers it. It is like leaving a light on in another room. You are not standing there, you are not using it, but electricity keeps flowing. That unfinished task keeps pulling energy in the background. You feel slightly tired, slightly tense, slightly distracted. Not enough to panic, but enough to drain you. Your mind keeps repeating that thought of unfinished task until it's done. It is not just about one thought. Many unfinished or delayed tasks go through your mind and they keep repeating. It is like leaving an app in your phone running in the background. You are not using that app, but the battery keeps draining. And over the day, you feel tired without knowing why. And that drop in energy then affects your confidence. Your confidence drops. And this part is really subtle, but very important. Your mind notices something very simple. I said I would do this, but I did not. One time does not matter much, but if you repeat this pattern, and confidence starts to weaken, not because you fail, but because self-trust weakens. So it sounds like this in your mind. I said I would do, and I did not do. You ask yourself to do, but you don't do those tasks. And you promise to yourself to do those tasks, but you keep breaking those promises. That is what weakens confidence and trust in yourself. Just the same way, if someone promises to do something for you, but he doesn't do those things, he keeps breaking the promises to you. And you lose trust and confidence in him. And when you accumulate all the broken promises to yourself, you not only lose confidence slowly, you also feel guilty, constantly in the background, even if you ignore them, and you do something enjoyable at the same time. Even when you're relaxing or doing something enjoyable, there is often a low level tension running in the background that drains your energy. Slowly, something unfinished is sitting there like a sticky note you cannot remove from your mind. When energy leaks, confidence drops, and you feel less capable, less motivated, less sharp, and as a result, less willing to act. So, delay turns into energy leak, and that slowly pulls the confidence down with it. And you do not always know why. So, procrastination is not really about time, it is a chain reaction. Delay creates an energy leaks lead to confidence drop. Now, let's talk about why tasks feel bigger the longer you avoid them. A simple email starts to feel like a major task. A short conversation over the phone or in person turns into something you rehearse in your head. A small action becomes a huge project. A basic decision feels really heavy. It is like leaving dishes on the sink. One plate feels easy, but if you leave it for a day, suddenly it feels like a whole big situation. The dishes did not change. Your mind did. This mental inflation consumes more energy than actually doing the thing would. Meanwhile, your nervous system stays slightly on edge because it knows there is an unfinished obligation hovering overhead. It is like keeping too many tabs open in your computer or keeping too many apps open on your phone. You are not using them, but the battery drains faster. It makes your system go really slow. In the same way, your nervous system stays slightly tense because it knows something is still open. So, procrastination is not about time. It is not a time problem. It is an energy leak and self trust problem. Now, let's move on to the solution. Instead of trying to eliminate procrastination completely, I want you to become curious about its cost. This is where most people change their behavior. You do not fix procrastination by shouting at yourself. You fix it by noticing the cost. So here is what I want you to do. Compare 2 days, a day where you postpone things and a day where you finish a few small things. Notice the difference. After a day of postponing, you often feel heavy, distracted, and slightly guilty, even if you did few fun things. After a day where you finished few items, you often feel lighter and more self-respecting. And that contrast is cost awareness. You start seeing procrastination as expensive, not in time, but in energy and self-esteem. You do not need to fix everything. You do not need a perfect routine. You only need to close a few open loops each day. Think of it like clearing a table. You do not clean the whole house. You remove just one item, then another, and then space starts to appear. Each small completion sends a clear message inwards that I follow through. I can trust myself. I do what I say. And that message rebuilds confidence quietly and improve your sense of ease and personal power. Let's summarize what we covered so far. Procrastination drains energy because it leaves some small promises unfinished. The longer you delay, the heavier tasks feel in your mind. And when you complete even a few delayed items, energy returns and confidence improves. You do not need perfection. You need a small, consistent follow through. Now, let me guide you through how to apply this step by step. This is exactly what I share with my students in my private coaching and workshops. First, write down one small task you have been avoiding. Just write, but keep it specific. Keep it manageable. Choose something that can be finished today. This is about starting gently, not proving anything. Next, notice how carrying that unfinished task feels. Pay attention to the background tension. Do not ignore it. Acknowledge it. Notice the mental noise or subtle unease. This helps you see the real cost of delay, not in time, but in energy. Then complete the task fully. Do it in one focus block. Finish it and close the loop. Avoid multitasking while you do it. You know what I mean. Keep your phone away. Pay undivided attention to the task. Completion matters more than speed. After that, pause and notice the shift. Notice the lightness. Notice the calm. Let that feeling register in your body. This is the reward most people skip noticing. You don't need to skip. Notice it. Finally, repeat this daily with one or two postponed items. Small consistency beats big efforts. Do not aim for perfect days. This is how self-trust rebuilds quietly and steadily. You do not overcome procrastination by forcing motivation. You outgrow it by keeping small promises. And when you do that, energy returns. Confidence grows quietly and action starts to feel natural again. That is how procrastination slowly loses its grip. I encourage you to start using these lessons and techniques in your daily life. Of course, it does take some discipline to practice this all by yourself. And if there are moments when you feel unsure, not disciplined enough, tired, or stuck, you can simply contact me, your coach, who will guide you through the various processes and teach you additional techniques and tools that relate to you specifically. You may have specific health, career, relationship, money, or spiritual issues you would like to address. These are best handled in personal one-on-one coaching. You can book your personal coaching, and these sessions can be done online, by email, and in person. You should check out northstarangel.com/coaching to book personal coaching with me. If you benefit from this video, recording, or a lecture, please recommend it to someone who may find it helpful. I would enjoy hearing your feedback on this video and your experience. Share it far and wide if you like this video. This is Mayur Bardolia, a success coach from North Star Angel Coaching and Spiritual Solutions. If you wish to book a coaching session and workshop or invite me as a speaker, reach out to me at contact@northstarangel.com. I wish you well. May you find peace and prosperity. Have a nice day.